Yeah, top of it. This right here, this video right here, um, is the reason why lames are so envious and jealous and want to eradicate the quote unquote Pookie, aka the street guy. And I'm gonna say it like this: the main reason is that the young man or the street man is fearless. It's fearless. So if the guys if the so called quote unquote the Pookie and Ray Ray, and I'm Ray Ray, so it is what it is. If these Pookies just stayed in the house and did nothing, well, nothing be said. It's only a problem. In this situation, it's only a problem with Pookie get the woman that the lame, and I'm called a lame, I'm called educated lame. The lame won't. And so the lame believes, and the lame has been taught that, hey, keep my nose down, nose to the grindstone, grind, and one day I will have the woman of my dreams. And so they believe that their fairy tale, their TV and entertainment has showed them. When reality is different. And so long as reality is different, go somewhere. Long as the reality is different than long as reality is different than fairy tale, they don't believe what the eyes tell them. And so the resentment for the so quote unquote street guy, the quote unquote street dude, the street N word, whatever the case may be, the resentment that these lames have for him is really unprecedented. Now they may say, well, I got this money in the bank, I got this house on the hill, I got these cars. But then they don't end the sentence by saying, well, period, what they said. So why women don't want me? Why the woman that I want don't want me? And the reason why is the fact that you're lame. Another reason why you're a coward. A lot of street guys have personalities. A lot of street guys can talk their yam and talk stuff, talking and swallow spit. And a lot of street guys, you know what I mean, they are fearless. And so what the problem was with the difference between the street guy and the lame is the lame chose to focus his energy on scholarship and earn a living. Now the street guy chose to earn his living in the streets. And now another different reason why women would tend to lean towards street guys over lames is because they're willing to accept whatever comes along with the decision that they choose. I think I said this before. See, I'm not a Ray Ray, and I'm not a educated, not lame, so I'm not in none of that mess. I'm more 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I'm close enough to it to jump back in it. I'm close enough to the corporate side to jump fully in it. But what I do is, if I'm going to pick either side, I'm gonna take what I learned from one side and apply it to the other. If I'm gonna get in the streets, I'm gonna apply corporate principles and structure and things of that nature to whatever I decide to do in the streets. And if I'm going to do corporate, I'm going to provide the lessons learned, the fearlessness, the aggressiveness, the show of weakness, the smooth negotiating skills, whatever the case may be, showing value, presenting value, showing value, and selling value. In the corporate world, you dig what I'm saying? I may have to pull a hocus pocus to get to where I'm trying to go. Upward mobility in corporate or entrepreneurship. So then the reason I brought this on, I heard a live stream between Obsidian Ali and O'Shea Duke Jackson. And they were talking about Pookies and, Angry Man and things of that nature. and they saying, well, he's almost whatever, however old he is, still wearing hip hop clothes, and he haven't accomplished anything, and that was scholastically or in life. My thing is, for O'Shea, man, you in Uganda. He was telling O'Shea was saying, well, I go in the bank and they know my name and things of that nature. But bro, you in Uganda. You in Uganda. You didn't make it back to the United States after you, quote unquote, finished medical school. You stayed over there in Africa. You're not practicing medicine. You're a YouTuber. So now, if you're a popular YouTuber, and that may be something, you have a degree. Don't know what the degree is in, but you got one. So that's good for you. I heard Obsidian tell guys, you know what I mean, you haven't accomplished anything, but even with all the accomplishment, last I heard, man, Obsidian was begging for utility bill money. So I can't. You accomplished, but you're begging. You so accomplished, but you're renting. And I hope O'Shea is in Uganda saying, you know, I own a house. Well, you know what I mean. You can buy a mansion in Africa for about $30,000. Yeah, so American dollars. So you know, I don't subscribe to what a person has accomplished. That's for that man. If he wanted to make it earn living off you, full-time living off YouTube, and that was his goal, he did that. But back to the lecture at hand. See, the problem is, and I'm gonna say it again. The problem is Pookies, street guys, the one foot in, the 1 foot out guys are consistently winning with women. And a lame can't stand that. And really, and it's funny, when guys were, you know, when guys like Attorney Dennis Sperling were talking about, you know what I mean, he growing up in South Central LA, and even though his adopted father or his stepdad, is funny, sidebar, it's funny he said no single mothers, but the man who inspired him to become an attorney dated a single mother. But let's keep on going. Yeah, so when you're young, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever the case may be, you're the fearlessness of these men, of these young guys, they just lack the wisdom to harness that for good. He said guys said they would grow up in the hood or something like that. So you already know what it is. Shit, wasn't nobody talking about kill you when you was out there kicking up dust. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap this here up. And the point of this video is this, man. Hey, man, if you instead of the lames being upset with street guys because they're getting all the women, why don't you talk to one and find out how to get your share? Talk to one. But, you know, I'm going to stop right there, because I was finna go another tirade. I'm going to stop right there, man. Hey, man, 1 foot in. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. A lot of guys I've messed with, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We're 100% legit. We're taxpayer citizens. We're doing very well with ourselves. Well, I'm doing well for me. I don't know what they may have other ambitions or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, hey, man, street guys, man, you know what I mean? I will say this: if you consistently be in the streets, man, you got it. The end is death, in jail, homeless, and in a wheelchair. So, you know what I mean? Take it what you will with that. Thanks for y'all time, and talk to y'all later.